We are back. Yo, could you believe that it's already day 29 of Miracle March? 29 days of straight giving. Like straight giving each and every day. We've had incredible guests on, and I've been just a guide to help them to either gain clarity in their businesses and their personal life. I've had so many amazing conversations that this process has blessed me entirely. And if you're like, what are you talking about, dude? This is my first time watching. Miracle March has been an intentional month of transforming minds through influencing, motivating, and coaching aspiring entrepreneurs, empowering them with tools to succeed. And that's my mission. That's what Purpose Ways is all about. That's what I am about. And so today we have another incredible guest with us, and my man Richie. Richie, how are you, bro?
Keston was good. What's up, everybody? I'm doing great. I appreciate you spending this time with me for sure.
Bro, it's been incredible having like just different personalities, and
Yes,
I
sir.
I try to not know as much. I know it's opposite, right? Because when people go on podcasts and all of that, they want to know like what's some of the questions. I try to not know as much as possible of the people who has booked these calls, simply because I want to be as authentic in my responses as possible. So do us a favor, tell us a little bit about who you are and why you signed up for this slot in the Miracle March.
Yeah, for sure. So guys, my name is Richie Madrigal. I'm here in Orlando, Florida area. I'm a fix and flipper. Been doing it for 2 years. I flip, anywhere in Central Florida mainly. Um, but basically, the purpose of why I wanted to speak with you, Keston, is I'm going through some changes, business wise, personally as well. Business wise, I've been, pretty much, learning as I go, but it's I'm super grateful from where I've came and where I am now. But
Sure.
the main thing, Keston, why I wanted to tap in with you is more on the mindset side. I wanted to just learn how to live a mindful life, how to live in the present with intention. As an entrepreneur, things get difficult, right? Obstacles come. So we're always going to face different challenges, different obstacles once we reach that next level in our business.
Yeah.
So I know there's going to be obstacles coming along in my journey. And, Keston, I feel like I've been more aware of myself recently. I still don't know, too much. I'm just tapping in as far as being mindful, trying to live in the present, being more aware. Um, so I just want to strengthen that up. And I guess I wanted to take this time to see if we can talk, talk through that.
Absolutely, man. And let me say, first of all, kudos to you for even wanting and desiring to live a more intentional life in in your entrepreneurial career. Because I truly believe, bro, that like entrepreneurship is more of a personal development journey more than anything else,
Mhm.
because we'll be as successful as we've been able to master ourselves,
Mhm.
master our responses, master like
Mhm.
just staying focused, our mindset, not having those down moments. And because it's those moments of going back to our parents' upbringing,
Mhm.
right? Like the middle class lifestyle, the even poor lifestyle,
Yeah.
where it's like, man, these new habits get tiring mentally sometimes,
Mhm.
and
Absolutely.
truly, not being in a community of people who are actually doing the thing that you're doing, which is like, let's say, flipping real
Mhm,
estate.
mhm,
And also, I believe that not having a community of people that's also working on your mind is equally as important. It's like
mhm.
it's like you are you spiritual, bro? Are you like spiritual or anything like that?
So, Keston, that's kind of what I've been learning. You know, I've so I grew up with the church, but I never really. It's not that I didn't believe in God, but I just never really understood the story. I just went because I was dragged there as a kid.
Right.
Went to the military, did all that. Life was busy, but just recently, I've been not seeing things, but my dad passed recently from COVID, so things have been kind of changing in my life that I am starting to view life differently, and so I am becoming more spiritual, but I'm so new at this. Like it's sometimes difficult for me to understand my emotions, what I'm going through. Instead of responding negatively, how do I tap into what I'm feeling and maybe change it on the spot or something like that? So I'm just now learning all of this, Custon, and it's just been, I mean, it's been great, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, brother, it's there's so much. Like, now that you say that, there's so much that is rushing to my mind to want to
Yeah,
explain or to share. But let's start from here, right? Let's start from
for sure.
understanding you and where you are today and some of the
Okay.
things that you may be going through. And
Okay.
so I like to start from a basis of understanding the mind, because if I asked you right now, hey, what's the mind, or what does the mind look like? What would you say to me? Like, what does the
The
mind look
mind, man. So I'm not gonna say the brain because that's what I feel a lot of people usually point to. But for me, I think it's more of just I think we live in this, or it's the consciousness versus, I don't know, maybe unconsciousness, how everything kind of plays together, the vibrations, the frequencies that we in, I feel maybe kind of plays together.
Yeah,
But yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, yeah. So that's the journey I'm on, brother.
that's and it's a great journey, man. And here's the thing with that, because if I asked you, what does your car look like?
Hmm.
Could you
Yeah,
could you see your car in your head,
yeah,
in
for
your mind?
sure,
Could you
for sure.
see like your fridge? If
Yep,
I told you to think about your fridge, you could probably see your fridge in your mind.
100%. Yep.
But when I asked about the mind, there's
Hmm.
confusion,
Yeah.
right? And the crazy thing is, we think in pictures.
Hmm.
Everything that, like, we talk about or whatever, there's a picture that's associated with that
Hmm.
image. That word is associated with a picture, right? And so the mind, this was what was taught to me. And once it kind of clicked, and I don't have like a graph to show it to you, so I'll try my
Hmm.
best to describe it to you so that you could kind of follow along.
Hmm.
And so if you were to picture a stick figure, right? If you pictured a stick figure, and let's say the head is
Hmm.
separated in two. So look,
Hmm.
this is my head right here.
Hmm.
Let's separate it in two.
Yes, sir.
And to the top of the head, you have your conscious mind.
Hmm.
The bottom, you have your subconscious mind. And then the subconscious mind is then connected to the body. So the neck
Hmm.
connects to the body. So the mind is the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. Now, the
Okay.
conscious mind, let's kind of define what these parts of the mind do. The conscious mind, it allows you to, it gives you the ability to accept or reject things that people are saying, right? Like, this is your intellectual mind. This is what you and we're conversating with right now. And so right now you could say to me, Kesson, I don't accept what you're saying,
Yeah.
right? Like, you could do that in your intellectual mind, right? And your intellectual mind is governed by your five senses. So feel, touch, taste, hear, sight, like all of those are governed, controls your intellectual mind. That's what feeds your intellectual mind, right?
Got it.
Then you have your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind, you cannot accept or reject anything. Every single thing poured into the subconscious mind has to manifest. So it's like the earth. You plant a flower, you plant like poison ivy, they're both gonna grow.
Yeah.
That's like your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind, you plant anything in there, whatever plants is what's gonna happen. So it cannot accept or reject. It cannot say, oh no, poison ivy, I don't want you. Or no, flower, I don't want you. It does not have that ability, right? So that's your subconscious mind. And whatever happens in your subconscious mind is typically what controls the body.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, here's the thing. See, we believe, like I just asked you, and I said to you, like, you could accept or reject anything that I'm saying right now without your own mind, and we believe that. But what if I told you that you actually can't?
Okay.
See, that's kind of like, all right, bro, like where are we going with this?
Yeah.
So here's the deal. When we were kids, when we were born, we didn't have your intellectual mind when we were kids. So imagine just like this top half, no intellectual mind, and everything. The only thing that existed is the subconscious mind. Remember, the subconscious mind only collects stuff, right? And manifests. So this is the reason why when a baby is born, regardless of the environment that they're in, that's what they become. That's the language they speak. So if a kid is born in the US, more than likely they're going to speak English. If you take them to DR, more than likely they're going to speak Spanish.
Sure.
Even if the kid was born in New York and you took them when they were like 1 year old to DR, they're going to grow up speaking Spanish. They're going to grow up liking that culture. Why? Because all they're doing is receiving information. It's just coming into them. They have no ability to accept or reject. You just pour into them, right? And it's the same for all of us, where our culture, whatever habits and behaviors that our parents' culture has, is passed down to us. And this is what they call paradigms. This is our paradigms. And so paradigms is simply a group of habits and behaviors that's passed down from one generation to the next.
Yes, sir.
Now, the reason why this is important to know and understand is because when we grow up, we think that now because we have the ability to accept and reject, that we're making our own decisions. No. The reason why not is because we're still struggling with the habits and behaviors of our past, of our culture, of our parents. And that's the reason why, like, why it's so hard to say I want to be a millionaire, and it's so difficult to move
Hmm.
on and to do it. That's because the habits and behaviors are still controlling you,
Absolutely.
right? And so we have a new idea, and it's like, ooh, I want to be this multi-million real estate investor, and that's great. That's in your conscious mind. But once you start to push that idea down into your subconscious, there's a conflict because your habits and behaviors does not match. So it's like mismatch, and then fear kicks in, and it puts
Hmm.
you right back to being who you were with the habits and behaviors you're used to.
Hmm.
And
Makes
so
sense.
right now, you're going through wanting to change. You want new habits, you want new behaviors. So you're like, man, I want to go on this journey to better myself. And that's great. But once it's passed in to that mind, and you start trying to push it down into your subconscious, you start to feel, you start to get scared, and now you're like not taking action, or like, this is the reason why we have these mental breakdowns, or mental, like, just like, man, I don't know what to do, imposter syndrome, all these different things that kicks in, is
Yeah.
because of this conflict that we're
Yeah.
experiencing.
Yeah. And Keston, I was going through that all last year, which this year I started picking up mindset books, learning a little bit more about, just, yeah, just being more mindful, being more present, um, tapping into the whole, God part. I was reading that they said that if you worry and have fear, that's actually a sign of of lack of faith. So I'm learning this stuff, and I'm like, I'm trying to put the pieces together now, and I'm like, man, if I can master this, you know, I just feel like I'll be unstoppable moving forward. Again, obstacles will always come,
Bro,
but with those new habits and stuff, I think, yeah, I mean, I should be good to go as
bro,
I continue to level up in the business.
bro, like, becoming a master of your mind is like the ultimate.
For
It's the
sure.
ultimate, right?
For
And
sure.
here's the example I like to give when it comes to what I believe that we know and understand about the mind. Have you watched, like, Spider-Man?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you have Peter Parker
Mm-hmm.
goes to school, and he gets bit by a spider, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he gets bit by the spider, and then all of a sudden, like, he's picking up a bottle, and it's like, he can't get rid of it. It's
Mm-hmm.
stuck onto him. Then he touches the wall, and he's stuck to the wall, and he's like, what is going on? And so he's
Mm-hmm.
now climbing up the wall, and he's like, what's going on here, right?
Yeah.
And he has these powers that he just has no idea how to navigate.
Yeah.
Later on in the show, he practices, he gets used to his powers, and then later on, he becomes this superhero that, I mean, he goes on to saving people from Green Goblin and all
Mm-hmm.
these villains, right?
Mm-hmm.
I believe that we are like Peter Parker, who got bit by a spider and just have no idea how to use our superpowers.
I do
We're
like that you said that. Yeah.
like, we're still getting stuck on the wall, and things are getting stuck to us, and we don't know how to use it intentionally, because the more I study and understand our powers that we have with the mind, and now I feel like right now for me, bro, and this is the reason why I've committed my life to doing this, because
Mm-hmm.
I feel like my life is like a video game. It's like I create my life now
Absolutely.
from a more from a thought, and a, there's always action, but I created more than before where I was just grinding, grinding, grinding. It's just like go, 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 like do as much as
Right.
possible, hustle, hustle, hustle. And
Yeah.
so if you ask some of my friends in the past, they would be like, man, you was always a grinder. You always worked hard, right? That's what they would say.
Hmm.
I still work hard now, but for some reason I'm able to accomplish way more now, not working physically as hard. Now I do way more mental creation and
Absolutely.
things are manifesting. And that's
Absolutely.
the reason for that is because I'm starting to learn how to send my web crawl when I need it versus like brute force grinding,
Yeah.
you know? And bro, understanding the mind and the power of manifestation, the power, and because there's laws that govern the universe,
Hmm.
whether we like it or not. Like there's laws that govern the universe, just like gravity.
Hmm. Hmm.
Like we didn't create gravity. Gravity was a law that is governed by the universe, right?
Yeah.
The law of receptivity, like all of these different laws, the law of supply, like there are so many laws that exist in this world, in this universe that we
Yeah.
don't know intentionally how to use them.
Mhm.
That's what makes us just stick on stuff without any real knowledge of execution.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I wish I had a long time to kind of start breaking these things down for you piece by piece, but I'll let me touch on a few of because they're intellectual faculties that you could use to be able to start to tap into these laws and things that you could do to create your life, to start controlling your outcomes a lot more.
Yeah. Perfect.
So
That's
just like
exactly what
we
I'm
have,
looking for.
perfect. So just like we have our five senses for our intellectual mind,
Hmm.
um, there are intellectual faculties that we have that could govern our um, that governs our subconscious mind. And I'm gonna give you three. There's six, but I'm gonna give you
Okay.
three. And bro, the crazy part about this is that these things they're so free. And you know when you get something free, you don't take care of it at all.
You don't value it as
You
much.
don't value it, bro. And so please hear me when I share this. I want to challenge you to really hone in practicing this muscle and getting it stronger. So these are the
Yes,
three that
sir.
I want you to work on that I guarantee you're going to start changing your life if you do.
Perfect. Yes, sir.
So the first, well, let me give you all three and then I'll kind of
Hmm.
separate them. You have imagination, imagination, you have will, you have perception. Those three intellectual faculties I want you to work on. Now,
Okay.
I just said those things and it's like, oh, yeah, I mean, sure, right? Like no
Hmm.
big deal. Now let's kind of go deeper on each one.
Okay.
Starting with imagination because I think
Hmm.
it's I'm going to make a statement that is going to challenge most people's belief
Hmm.
and also make you think. And it's a very big bold statement, but I believe it to be true. I believe the only, listen to me what I say, the only channel to access God is through imagination.
Okay.
This is my belief. I don't
Yeah.
believe there's any other channel that you could use to access God. When you pray, Think about what happens when you pray. You are thinking and imagining, like you're praying for things. You're seeing something in the future. Like you see something when you pray.
Yeah.
When you meditate, like that imagination factor,
Yeah.
that's where that's where that communication in your meditation time, and like it's all through seeing something mentally.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, most of us, we imagine, but we just have no control over our imagination. Now, are you married, bro?
Yeah, I am. Yes, sir.
Cool. I'm sure I'm sure in marriage there's always like, it's back and forth that happens in a
Hmm.
marriage, right?
Yes, sir.
When there's good or bad times, but let's go to conflict now. Do you find yourself thinking about what you're going to say when you know that you guys are going to talk or have a disagreement or something like that? Do you find yourself like almost like rehearsing some of the things that you might talk about with your wife?
Through a conflict, if it's through a conflict, so for example, like if I don't know, let's just say we just got into an argument right now. I may not, me being, my past habits and stuff, I may just say something to say it,
Yeah,
and not really think about it.
sure.
But yeah. But in this way, yeah, just being more in tune of how you feeling and taking a step back from that is what I'm really trying to, yeah,
Yeah.
just trying to work on myself for this year. Yeah. Whether it's conflict or anything that really comes up business wise.
So let's take business.
Hmm. Hmm.
For a flip, you have to see it in your mind first before you even try to go out and do it, right?
For sure.
Like you walk into a property, you got to see what's not there to be like, oh man, this would be amazing,
For sure. For sure.
right? Like when
Yeah.
you're anticipating conversations with a partner, with someone, I mean, let's be real. When
Hmm.
you
Hmm.
were when you were trying to bag your wife, I know for
Hmm.
me, I
Yeah.
I seen I seen a lot of things that I wanted to do to my wife before it even happened.
Yeah, I feel you.
You know what I mean? Like even when we're trying to get sexy with it, right? Like we're going to Victoria's Secret or whatever, and you
Mhm.
could see like, oh, she would look in this, right? Like, mm,
For
bro,
sure.
that's all imagination.
Yeah.
So if it is that we could create a scene for our marriage and all these things, like, oh, I'm buying my kids Christmas gifts, man, they would have
Hmm.
so much fun with this. I could see them playing in the backyard. Oh,
Yeah.
we use this faculty all day, every day, bro.
Yeah. 100%.
But it's so not tamed. It just happens that we
Hmm.
mindlessly do it, and we don't realize that this faculty we could also create our future with.
Absolutely.
The things that we really want in our lives, we get scared, and now fear kicks in, and we don't imagine. We don't go there for the life that we really want. We're like, oh, nah, that's not for me.
Yeah.
And so we kill our imagination and we just stop it based on what we believe we could fathom or accept for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Like, could you see yourself driving a Bentley, bro?
I mean, rather a Lambo for sure. But nah, nah. But yeah, I mean, I have been, you know, just looking into more of the whole manifestation part. And true story, I actually manifested my deal that I bought yesterday. Just on Friday, I put out there to the universe that I need to pick up 2 deals before March 31st. All of a sudden, Keston, yesterday I had ample to choose from. So I
Wow.
was like, yeah, so I do see the power in it. And I'm just trying to be more, again, just more present and more aware, and then learn how to create whatever I want from there. And just like you said, I was reading a book that Kalisha told me about earlier, and it was something to the effect that what I picked up from it, like we're all powerful beings, right? We're
Yeah.
we're we're all powerful beings. Unfortunately, though, we kind of get brainwashed with society and other stuff that we don't really, who teaches us how to master our emotions and learn how to, you know, um, just be mindful and live in the present. Like we don't really think about that,
Exactly.
So for me, I think, yeah, I think that's probably my biggest goal this year, Kesson, is being more in tune with myself, and then just creating whatever I want, business wise, personal wise, anything like that. So I'm just
That's
getting started though. So yeah, I
no.
probably got a
So
lot.
I think you're on the perfectly right track. Because the other one of the other intellectual faculties, the
Mm-hmm,
will,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
that would help you with the intentionality, because
Okay.
now you now you see what you want, right?
Yeah.
You could see it in your mind. Now you got to train your mind almost like an animal, like a dog. You got to train your mind to stay focused using willpower on that goal and not deviate to think about a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is your willpower. Like you're using will to go to just focus and go straight into for it. Like you're just like everything else is a distraction. I'm going right
Yeah.
here, like right here.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
But we don't train our mind to do that, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
We get so
I do agree
distracted.
with that. We do.
Like
Yeah. Absolutely.
here's an exercise that I've given to some of my clients to
Mm-hmm.
do. Kalisha has done this. I
Yeah.
see Kalisha and Tanisha and they in the chat. Um, here's what I want you to do to
Okay.
practice your willpower every night before you go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
When you get in bed, a matter of fact, when you get in bed, I want you to remember your day from that moment that you got in bed, and now start to reverse thinking about your day to the point where you got out of bed.
Okay.
So you just got into bed. I want you to think about the day, reverse back everything up in reverse to the moment you got out of bed. And what's going to happen, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen so that you could expect it.
Mm-hmm.
What's going to happen is by the time you get to before lunchtime, bro, you're going to start thinking about some other crap. Like some some other some other crap is gonna come up in your mind, and you're gonna be like, "Oh shoot, I was supposed to be doing this."
Yeah. So, Kesson, when that happens, just refocus,
Just refocus,
understand it, be aware that you lost track, and just get back on track, right?
just get back
Yeah.
on track. Because
Yeah.
what that's gonna do is gonna help you to hold that will of a thought for a long extended period of time. Because right
Yeah.
now you're working on being present, and the
Yeah.
reason why you're not present is because your mind is going somewhere else.
Yeah.
So once you start to keep that focus on one thing, now you're able to be present in a place, and the business isn't coming up when you're spending time with your wife. All these other
Yeah.
things is not coming up because now you've trained your mind to stay right here.
That's what I need to do. I definitely have to work on that because your mind wanders for sure, especially when you're untrained. You think about stuff that don't even matter.
100%.
Hmm.
Bro, that's that. I used to suffer with that so bad.
Yeah,
There are times when I slip. I can't say that
yeah,
I have it fully mastered, bro. But
yeah,
it's definitely something that I intentionally every single day work on. It's like going to the
yeah,
gym for me.
for sure. Yeah, it's another muscle or
It's
another
another
thing you got to work on. Yeah,
it's another muscle.
yep.
And so that's the will, that's imagination. The last one that we're going to talk about today is perception.
Hmm.
And honestly, bro, if you mastered perception only, you could change your life.
Okay.
Like perception, bro, think about it, right? All if every nothing has value but for the value you give it.
Yeah,
And that would be based on perception. That would be based on how you see it.
yeah,
Because something could happen equally, I want to say good or bad, something could happen to the both of us,
hmm,
and we could have totally different reactions to it
yeah,
simply because one person used a different perception of that situation. And so imagine, I mean, we've had so many things happen to us or for us when
yeah.
we began our journey to become multi-fam real estate investors. Period.
Hmm.
My wife's mom passed. We've had miscarriages. My mom got lung cancer. Like there's just so many things I could call.
Yeah,
A crap load of debt. Like just
yeah,
my parents, my son, all these different things, right? Most people would be, woe is me, life sucks, I can't do this right now, let me take 5 months off, let me take 2 years off, all these different things based on their perception of how they view and receive these types of things.
yeah.
For me, I use the perception of, man, what is God preparing me for? Like, he's giving me all of these things so that I could use it to then share to millions of people to help them get through their situations. All right, God, I see you, man. This is hard. I must admit, this is real hard,
Mm,
but I'm going to take the lesson that you're giving to me right now.
yeah.
That's perception.
Mm. I do agree with that too, because my dad passed, and same, I could have went the opposite way, but I actually changed for the better versus letting it affect me, in a negative way for sure.
That's perception.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And so when everything in life could be used to fuel you and to
Yeah.
uplift you, although it could be painful,
Hmm.
but you could use perception to still have it elevate you.
Yeah.
Could you imagine the life you could create
Yeah.
intentionally doing that, bro?
Yeah. Create the life you want. I think we all have the opportunity to, you know,
This is the thing,
but
Richie.
the
That's why
limiting
I said it's
beliefs.
all three.
I know. Yeah.
We every single person have the ability to do this, brother.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But here's the other piece that even as much as I share this with you,
Hmm.
paradigms, although this is great intellectual stuff that we're talking about, and it's like, man, this makes so much sense. This is awesome. This is like,
Yeah.
I'm going to use this. those paradigms are gonna come right back, bro. Like those older habits, and try to control you as you try to implement this. Things are gonna happen, and you're gonna be like, dang. So here's where community comes into place.
Mm-hmm.
Where you're like, man, Kalisha, I'm going through this. Like, you understand the same concepts I understand. So help me through this, right? Like, you need
Yeah.
somebody to talk to. Yo, Cass, this is what I'm going through right now, bro. Like, I know that this is my paradigm. So right now I just need support to help me push me through this real quick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because bro, we don't need more information. Like, we don't need more skills. We don't need, like, we are super knowledgeable people. It's our habits and paradigms that keep us where we are today.
Yeah. Yeah, and Keston, going to that, yeah. I mean, I know you always preach it too, but your circle is super important,
Yeah.
business wise, mindset wise. So I definitely need to. I need more friends that
Brother,
know a little bit more than me, or know more than me for sure.
this is why, bro, I'm building a mindset community that
Hmm.
is that is going to be the best mindset community in the world. Like,
Yeah,
the absolute best.
I believe it.
Simply because of, I want to be able to help the previous version of myself to break free from what we've been programmed to do.
Yeah.
And
Facts.
so now I feel like, now that I understand that we don't need more knowledge. This is why I don't teach real estate, bro. I have done
Hmm.
amazing deals that I haven't heard of people doing at all. I've done some
Hmm.
incredible deals, bro. But real estate, like, we got so many real estate teachers, brother. Like, I'm like, y'all could have that. My Somebody really needs me. Um, I'm like, this is what I want to do, because what I see is so many people come into a community, they get all of this knowledge, just like going to school and getting bachelors and doctorates, but end up still working at Walmart. The bridge between the knowledge and implementation, they just don't understand this process of the things that we just spoke about. And
Absolutely.
even when they understand it, they don't have the support daily to
Yeah.
be able to help implement, to be able to call somebody that understands, that could talk the language,
Yeah.
that support, that accountability. That's why I'm
Yeah.
creating, like, this community of people who are on the same thought process wave, to support each other through situations like this. Like, man, this is how I grew up, this is where I want to go. I have information, but I don't know why I keep going back to the club. I don't know why I keep drinking. I don't know why I
Hmm.
keep doing all of these things. It's your paradigms.
Hmm. Absolutely.
And we're here to help.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Kesson. I definitely appreciate your time as well.
No,
Yeah.
no, this is what lights me up, brother.
Yeah.
So thank you for being here to fuel me as much as I'm giving you value. You're also giving
Yeah.
me purpose. So I
Yeah, I
appreciate
appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah, likewise. Appreciate that. I was wondering what we was gonna talk about today too. I'm like, business, nah. I'm already, nah.
it. You're doing all right.
I'm doing all right, and it is what it is, I'll figure that out. But the mindset is really everything in whatever you do. So
And
I'm like, I
absolutely,
gotta work on that. Yeah, I gotta continue to work on that for sure. Build that muscle for sure.
bro, do you realize that in every industry, any industry, anyone that people are making millions or billions of dollars, there's someone that is broke as a joke in the same industry.
Mhm.
What's the
Yep.
difference between them? It's their mind, their
Yep.
mental capacity and ability to get to the other place.
Absolutely.
It's
I also
it's
read the four acknowledgements too. I remember you bringing that up in one of
yeah,
the daily dials. So yeah, I
yeah,
ended up picking that up and just it was a quick 2 hour
yeah.
little thing, but it was great though. The four agreements were amazing. So
It's amazing, bro.
yeah,
It's amazing, brother.
yeah,
Bro,
yes,
do you
yeah.
have
Go ahead,
any
Casey.
you have any final questions for me on this?
No, brother. Yeah, I'm good. I definitely just wanted to tap in, talk about mindset for a little bit, and again, just to express my gratitude towards you and just up to and where I'm at in general. So I
Yeah,
do
brother.
appreciate, yeah, I appreciate the time for sure.
Thank you for being here, man, and
Yeah, for sure.
plug into the Purpose Ways community, bro. Like
Okay.
here's where you're gonna be able to be as vulnerable as you like
Yeah,
and as open as you like to be able to get push back on track because we rocking with all our arms locked in, man. So
yeah,
that's what we're all about. We're all moving forward, bro. So thank you for this conversation. This has been pretty awesome. I hope
appreciate
that
it.
you are able to do your assignments, right? Practice, 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 especially the when you go to bed
Yes,
tasks. Make
it
sure you
will.
practice that because
Yeah,
that's gonna help you a lot.
I
Like it
appreciate that, Kesson.
absolutely, bro. So any final words, bro?
I'm good. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate the time.
Appreciate you, bro. Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys, so here we have it. Another day, day 29. Day 29. We have 2 more days. Is it 2 more days? Yeah, 2 more days here in Miracle March. And so tomorrow we'll be back at 4 p.m. Eastern for another episode of Miracle March where I'll be talking and helping and guiding aspiring entrepreneurs with anything that they desire or want to talk about. I feel so purposeful doing this. So that's super amazing. To anyone who wants to get plugged into the Purpose Ways community, go to purposeways.com, purpose, WAZE.com. And actually, today, I'm doing a free webinar just explaining what the program is all about here at 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. Eastern. So send me a DM on Instagram at Kess on Purpose. Message me on Facebook, Keston Glasgow. Get in contact with me if you're not already on there. If you want to be a part and know more about Purpose Ways, I'm happy to do it. I'm going to be doing it tonight. Can't wait to see you all there. Thank you so much for allowing me to live my purpose and being able to guide you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Catch you tomorrow. Peace and love.